This video will be covering the dynamic capabilities concept in under 6 minutes. Let's begin with an introduction. Dynamic capabilities consider the firm's ability to integrate, build and reconfigure internal and external competencies in order to address rapidly changing environments. Dynamic capabilities are different to ordinary capabilities. Ordinary capabilities are just the regular, everyday capabilities that a firm must partake in order to sustain their everyday operations. Whereas dynamic capabilities extend upon ordinary capabilities because ordinary capabilities are the standard resources and capabilities needed. And you could understand these or appraise these through frameworks like the VRIO, which was covered in a previous video, and I will attach a link to that now. Comparatively, the dynamic capabilities extend upon the ordinary capabilities by focusing on how these may be altered in order to match the rapidly changing external environment. In other words, ordinary capabilities focus on doing things right, but dynamic capabilities focus on doing the right things at the right time. So, how do dynamic capabilities work? Well, there are three managerial activities which enable dynamic capabilities to come about. Firstly, there is the ability to sense and identify opportunities and threats. Secondly, there is the ability to seize these. Thirdly, there is the ability to maintain your organizational competitiveness through reconfiguration. For example, Apple positioned themselves within Silicon Valley to sense opportunities. It was there where they observed the potential for a portable music player. Apple then seized this opportunity by internally and externally adjusting their ordinary capabilities, so their everyday operations, in order to create the iPod. And lastly, Apple reconfigured their organizational structure to maintain competitiveness, evidenced through their creation of iTunes and their shift away from the Mac PC as the cash cow and adoption of the iPod. So, the benefits of dynamic capabilities. Firstly, there is the benefit of the ability to react quickly to the changing market environments in order to seize new opportunities and threats. Secondly, there is the benefit for the ability of firms to strategically utilize business models, enabling them to quickly align their operations with their strategy. I've put some examples here, my favorite one being Rolls-Royce's Power by the Hour engine scheme. I highly recommend that you look into this outside of the video because it's a perfect example of a dynamic capability in action. Thirdly, dynamic capabilities enable firms to quickly develop responses to different environments. Thus, they are able to internationalize rapidly. And lastly, dynamic capabilities enable firms to piggyback on existing customers whilst reaching a new market. I used Apple as an example previously, but just to exemplify them once again, the release of Apple's AirPods aligned with the environmental opportunity for wireless headphones, whilst piggybacking on the existing customers of iPhones, iPods and Macs. So, what is needed for dynamic capabilities? In order for firms to adopt dynamic capabilities, there are some prerequisite factors which must be possessed. Firstly, close end user engagement is needed in order to sense new market opportunities, seize these, and then maintain competitiveness. Secondly, there is the ability to undertake organizational reconfigurations. And I've put an example here of how IBM used to manufacture PC equipment but reconfigured to consultancy due to fear competition and better market conditions within consultancy than there were in the PC equipment market. And thirdly, the ability to acquire strategic resources and capabilities is also required for organizations to adopt dynamic capabilities. So, in summary, Dynamic capabilities are the firm's ability to integrate, build, and reconfigure internal and external competencies in order to address rapidly changing environments. Firms may do this through sensing opportunities and threats, seizing these, and then maintaining competitiveness. The benefits of dynamic capabilities are rapid internationalization, rapid responses to macro-environmental fluctuations, the reconfiguration of business models, and the ability to reach new emerging market trends. But firms must be able to engage end users closely, move and remove the organization, and strategically acquire new assets. Thank you for watching. In the next video, we'll be discussing Pestle.